Apple's M1 Ultra benchmark 2.6 times slower than AMD's Threadripper Pro 5995WX. This is it's important to note, we're on tomshardware.com, which would be a place that you would say the word Threadripper Pro and you would say that the M1 Ultra is slower. Like, to be clear, people are looking for this. I'm sure Linus is looking for this. You're trying to find the different work types that can beat Apple's new chips. They're really amazing chips. They're really expensive chips, and they're not going to be absolutely better at everything. And some people got upset at the way that they showed off their graphs and such with their lines and their lack of detail. Yeah. But for some users, it is absolutely true that this M1 Ultra is going to be the fastest way for them to get work done. For some users. Yeah. Like, that's without a doubt. And then for other users, they're going to need to look into it depending on, I mean, benchmarks can take you so far, but also just performance within the applications that matter to you. And I'm sure all these videos are currently being made, so you can go ahead and figure it out. So what did they discover? Single thread is on par with Alder Lake. Apple CPU developers have always strived to maximize single thread performance of their designs, as they rightly believed that this leads to lower power consumption of their smartphones and PCs. As a result, Apple's M1 is known for particularly strong single thread performance, and it is not really surprising that an M1 Ultra processor clocked at around 3.2 gigahertz is on par with Intel's Core i7 12700 that boosts its fastest Core boost all the way up to 4.9 gigahertz. So we have a chart here. How about this for a chart? Shout out Rodrigo. Thank you for the super chat. And we have pricing as well, which is kind of cool. Although the Apple M1 Ultra, the pricing, they say NA. Well, because you can't split it up from the rest of the system. But I think even if you could, it's a whole different level of pricing compared to that other stuff, as it should be. Yeah. Now let's go ahead and look at multi-core stuff, which probably comes up next. Here we go. General CPU workloads. General CC, this is what you need to know. You need to look at this and say, okay, is this how I perceive my workload? Synthetically measures virtually all CPU capabilities, including integer, floating point math, and things like compression, encryption, and physics simulation. You can see the Threadripper 5995WX scores 108,822, and those are tiny little fonts. But let's go ahead and take a peek. Now, this is pass mark. This is a benchmark. You're not opening an application, not getting work done. It's important to note, Will. Some people get frustrated with that stuff. They say, oh, it's a benchmark. I want to open my thing and see what happens. So you're going to have to probably scroll down to see the M1 Ultra, I'm guessing. Yeah, you're right down there. 41,306. It's a benchmark, okay? Sure. It's fine. Yeah. So it does. It just depends on what you're measuring. And like I said, go look at the applications that you want to run and look at how you'll be using it and see if you can seek out actual numbers and figures, or better yet, even examples of things that you might find yourself doing. Hopefully those YouTube videos exist.
We should do our own test.
Okay. We don't even have a Threadripper. What are we doing? We're ordering. Oh, I guess we can get Zydax to send it over.
Yeah, let's talk to Zydax.
Okay, they can send it over. They just don't know it yet.